Welcome back to this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host Malik, and we actually got some pretty good things going on social media wise and team wise that I'm able to bring to you all because, as you know, last week was kind of a dead point, but we are back with some more news that actually is valuable. So, one of the things that I noticed was the Grizzlies, they came out with their preseason schedule. I'll just go ahead and say it right here for everybody that doesn't know. So, it starts off with three home games. Starting off on October 6th, they play the Pistons. Then October 8th, they play the Celtics. And then October 11th, they play the Atlanta Hawks. And then they wrap preseason up on the road with two road games, one being October 15th against the Hornets in Greensboro, North Carolina, not Charlotte. And then October 17th, they'll play the Miami Heat, and that pretty much wraps up preseason. So, and tickets are already on sale for those if anybody wants to go. I might make the effort to go to one myself. Um, just see if I can get like a good outlook on the team for you guys. Really, that's really all about it when it comes to preseason schedule. Not too much, comes out of preseason except just a first glance at how guys are after training camp. But other than that, preseason isn't really much. It's more of like an entertainment thing for the fans. So I'd say, yeah, if you're interested in the Grizzlies, definitely get you a ticket. Just enjoy your time. Preseason is very calm. It's very relaxing. It's a good hoops. Regardless, it's a good hoops. So definitely go and make sure to do that. Like I said, I'm gonna try to catch one myself and see if I can find any evaluation on them. Now, with that in mind, the projected rotation for the Grizzlies, and I actually saw a comment about it asking for my rotation. Before I read off what people have been saying the projected rotation is, basically my projected rotation, I would have John Morant obviously starting. I'd have I'd have Contavious Caldwell Pope at the two, Jalen Woods at the three, Jaren at the four, and then Edie at the five. But um, obviously first couple of games, Zach Edey won't be available, so just replace Zach Edey with Jock Landale. But if Zach Edey comes back healthy, then obviously put in Zach Edey. Now the bench, I would have, in my opinion, here's how I would do it. I would have Scotty. So here's the thing. I would have. Oh, how do I put this? Because okay, so I would have Scotty, Ty Jerome. Well, actually, no, 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 no. I don't. See. I don't know. I think either way, you can interchange those two. I think regardless, you can have Scotty and Ty Jerome call off the bench, um, and then um, at the three, I'd have Cedric Calvert, of course. Um, the four, I'd say either Gigi or Santi. I feel like you can go without one of those. Um, Either Gigi or Santi at the four. It'll more likely be Santi, and then yeah, Brandon Clark at the five. Yeah, I'd have Brandon Clark at the five just because the Grizzlies don't really have much center rotation. So I just go with that. Other than that, that's really my projected rotation for the team, and I had the projected rotation right here. Um, on Twitter from Evan Sideri, I want to say. I'm sorry if I'm bad with names. That's just who I found this on Twitter. He's a contributor for Forbes through the NBA. So his projected rotation is John Morant, KCP, Jalen Welsh, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey, pretty much unanimous. And then the second unit has Ty Jerome, Cedric Howard, Gigi Jackson, Vince Williams, Santi Aldama, and Brandon Clark. Kind of wild that he left out Scottie Pippen Jr. right there. Not sure about that one. But another thing, and he also left out Jock Landale. So that lets you know how much the big media really pays attention to things. Um, but one thing he does have, Memphis's over and under win total is 40.5. And that's where I feel the need to draw the line because 40, first of all, the Grizzlies being a 500 team and basically being projected to be lower than 500, that's kind of crazy to me. I got to be honest, that's kind of crazy. I think at first glance, going into this year, they won't be one of the. I'll be honest and say this. I don't think the Grizzlies are going to be one of the best teams when the season starts. But at the same time, I don't think they're a team that's going to play lower than 500. That's a little crazy to me. If I had to put an exact number on it, I'm putting the Grizzlies easily at, I would have to say I had the Grizzlies winning at least 46 games. I think when it's said and done, the Grizzlies will have a similar record to last year. But I think I think the Grizzlies have a chance at getting that 50 win mark. But to play it safe, I had them winning about 46 games. 46 to 48 games, I think that's the threshold that the Grizzlies have. I really don't see it getting any lower than that. I definitely would love for it to get higher, but I think 40, I think that 45 to 48 range, I think that's right where the Grizzlies are going to be at. I don't think they're going to be that team that we see that drops those games that are easy to win. But one thing we really have to see is the system with Coach Izolo, and really just determine it from there. But thinking the Grizzlies are a team that's going to be lower than 500, I find that kind of crazy. And a lot of people find that crazy too. So that was just something that I saw, and I'm like, yeah, that's a little wild. But if you do see that, if you see that on your favorite sports book or something, pick the under. I'm just saying it right now, pick the under, because if the Grizzlies are able to stay healthy and this system is actually something that makes them better, then we're talking a whole different ball game, and we're talking a team that really, really will show people that we're better than what you've seen in the past couple of years. So I really hope this year is a wake up call. Obviously, the expectation is very hard and not really a championship expectation because of the new system and everything, but I definitely want this team to exceed expectations and really remind the league of how good they can be at full strength. So that's really my main hope when it comes to that. Now, something that's really made the rounds on social media, and I really, 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 really saw this, and I was just like, my goodness, this man is amazing. Um, John Morant, he's obviously on his tour in China with Nike, and he has a dunk that literally it's crazy. I'm watching it back to see exactly what he did. It looks like he's gonna do uh, a one-handed 360 dunk, but then he turns it into a reverse windmill, and it's just like my goodness, like what are we doing? Oh my gosh! And it's just like you look at something like that, and obviously everybody's like dunk contest, dunk contest, dunk contest, and I'll be honest to say it, I would love for John Morant to be in the dunk contest. Absolutely would love it. The only thing is, if it puts this in, I know a lot of people are going to complain about it. I really do think I know a lot of people will complain about it. But we really have to remember, from a Grizzlies fan perspective, if his health, if he's played a great amount of games by the time of the All-Star break, because I really do think this is going to be another All-Star year for John Morant, I think we're talking. I think we can see a possibility of it. So the All Star break is like what 50-ish games into the season. I think as long as John Morant has played 80 to 85% of those games, then I'd say yeah, go for the dunk contest. It's great entertainment. A lot of people want to see the stars do it. And one thing about it, I think if John Morant goes into the dunk contest, it changes the landscape of the event. We're going to see a lot more bigger names join a contest like that just because John Morant is the person that provided it. And that's something that, if I'm being honest, I would love for John Morant to have that on his name. For the last couple of years, we've heard all about guys like Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, all these things. But John Morant, he's kind of being lost in the limelight unless he does something flashy. So why not participate in the flashiest event there is in the NBA? So I would say if his health is intact, absolutely go for the dunk contest. It's a great way for John Morant to really get his name out there and people to really realize, like, hey, he has the possibility of being a top 5 point guard. I definitely think he's a top 10 point guard, but if he wants to reach that top 5, I definitely think he has to get the national attention for all the right reasons. So that's just my take on that. But John Morant, let y'all know, he's one of the bounciest, if not the bounciest point guard in the league. In my opinion, the most athletic point guard since Russell Westbrook. So, yeah, we're seeing a lot of crazy things from John Morant, and I'm here for it. And we're also seeing Jalen Wells. He's participating in open runs, and oddly enough, participating in open runs with former Grizzly Jay Huff, which has actually sparked a lot of conversation about Jay Huff, and I'm going to get into that. So he was doing an NBA run in Spain with some very notable names, some being Shaedon Sharpe, Amen Thompson, Davion Mitchell, Bryce Sensabaugh, Sadiq Bey, and obviously Jay Huff that I just mentioned. Yeah, so Jalen Wells getting something like this is very good, and I watched a bit of the run. Um, he looks a lot more obviously open runs. You can't really take nothing away from him because it's not like really real competitive basketball. But it showed how confident Jalen Wells is in his shot when he can be, and I definitely do think that's something that a lot of people can really look forward to in year two. Jalen was going to look a lot more confident in his shot. Now it's just a matter of if it's going to fall in or not, and it does fall in at a high percentage. But if we can get a better volume of Jalen Wells somehow, I definitely think we're talking a different ball game. We're talking about a guy that, being honest, he could probably get an invite to the 3 point contest if we're just being honest about that. So I'm all for Jalen Wells participating in these kind of things. I just say be careful because, man, if I see another Grizzlies PR tweet talking about some guy fell injury in the open run and all this and that, I might genuinely get irritated. So I would just say just be safe. But I love Jalen Wells playing in it. I love it. I love it absolutely. Now for Jay Huff, obviously people Jay Huff. He has a patent in reverse dunk, and I'm saying patent because Jay Huff is known for doing the reverse dunk. That's just reality. But a lot of people talking about the discussion of Jay Huff actually really has the potential to be like a really good center for Indiana, and I absolutely agree with that. I'm not going to be on this topic long because it's the Indiana Pacers talking about, but Jay Huff is getting the opportunity that he absolutely deserves, and I wish we had the opportunity to give it to him, especially with Edie falling down. But hey, look, it's a new era, and at the end of the day, I absolutely love that he is getting the opportunity that he deserves because I do think Jay Huff has the potential to replace a guy like Miles Turner. So, from Memphis to Indiana, we're all rooting for Jay Huff. No, I have no real hate for Jay Huff ever. So he's got my best wishes, and I really hope he balls out of Indiana. Obviously, them being without Tyrese, so we'll definitely expect to see some Nimhard to J Hub pick and roll kind of thing, pick and fade. I just say be on the lookout for it. That's really all I can say about that. And just like that, that's gonna be a wrap on this episode. I don't know why I paused, but that's gonna be a wrap on this episode. I actually got some more news coming for y'all in the next video. Can't wait to bring it to y'all. Now I'm not gonna spoil it, but just be on the lookout for it. And I got y'all. I think y'all really have some good takes when it comes to it. But if you like this video, make sure to like it. Comment any thoughts that you have. Subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you get notified when we post on YouTube. And that's for this edition of Grizzlies Daily. My name is Malik. I'm signing off.